In 1944, the forest was a graveyard of iron and ash. Johann stumbled through the deep snow, his uniform torn and his rifle empty. The sounds of the approaching front were a distant thunder, but the cold was a silent executioner. He saw a flicker of light in a hidden valley. It wasn't a village, but a cabin that seemed to grow out of the earth. The wood was blacker than the night, and the chimney breathed a thick, violet smoke. Johann collapsed against the door, his frozen fingers unable to knock. The door didn't open, it simply dissolved. He woke by a fireplace that gave off no heat. A man sat in the corner, his face hidden by a hood made of stitched crow feathers. "You are running from death," the stranger said. His voice sounded like dry leaves skittering on a tombstone. But death is a messy artist. The stranger offered Johann a cup of thick, iron-tasting broth. As he drank, the walls of the cabin began to shimmer. Johann realized with a jolt of horror that the logs were wrapped in human hair, braided with such precision it looked like expensive silk. "I'm the weaver," the man whispered, standing up. He was unnaturally tall, his limbs bending at angles that defied anatomy. "The world is tearing itself apart. I offer you a way to remain whole, to be part of something that never rots and never ends." Johann looked at his frostbitten feet. The flesh was gray and dead. "What is the price?" he wheezed. The weaver held up a silver needle that pulsed with a faint, internal light. "Only a thread," the creature replied. "A thread from the center of your soul." The weaver began to sew. He didn't use fabric. He pulled the shadows from the corners of the room and stitched them into Johann's skin. The pain was exquisite, a white-hot fire that consumed his fear and replaced it with a hollow, eternal hunger. As the needle dipped in and out of his chest, Johann saw the future. He saw his lineage, a chain of sons and grandsons, each born with a mark on their heart. He saw the farmhouse he would build over this spot, a lure for the blood of his own blood. "You will be the guardian of the loom," the weaver commanded. "You will provide the silk, and I will provide the pattern. Together, we will weave a tapestry of flesh that spans the centuries." Johann felt his humanity slip away, replaced by a cold purpose. He looked down at his hands. They were becoming long and spindly. His eyes merged into the darkness of his sockets. The transformation was the ultimate survival. He was no longer a soldier in a losing war. He was an apprentice to a god of skin and bone. The cabin expanded, the walls stretching to accommodate the growing loom. Johann took the silver needle and began his first task. He unpicked his own memories of the war, weaving them into a rug of gray nerves. He was the first piece of the grand design. Decades passed in a blur of red. Johann watched from the shadows as the village grew and the forest tried to reclaim the house. He waited for the first of his line to return. He kept the basement door oiled and the silver needle sharp. The trap was set. By the time his grandson Elias was born, Johann was no longer a man. He was the creak in the floor, the smell of copper in the air, and the shadow in the basement. He had kept his side of the bargain. He was whole, he was eternal, and he was very, very hungry. The prequel was complete. The weaver watched from the void as the modern world turned, oblivious to the red threads connecting them all to the black forest. The story of the farmhouse was a circle, and the needle was always moving toward the next stitch.